Hello, big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the Mercedes F1 W14 launch. How are we doing? It's an early one. I don't know who in the Mercedes setup decided it was a good idea to launch the car at 9:15 in the morning, but it is what it is. The video starts in about 4 minutes, but we're here for it. I don't know if they're going to top the Ferrari launch yesterday. The Ferrari launch was 10 out of 10. Not just the launch itself, but the car. The livery was mint. The launch itself. And yeah, Ferrari definitely with the definitely the best launch so far by a mile as well. It's not even close.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. I'm all for breakfast this morning.
No, I haven't had any breakfast.
No breakfast this morning. Okay, cool. Perfect.
You're great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Roundtable conversation, same group as last year. We all know each other.
It's tricky.
So nice relaxed
Morning,
conversation.
gentlemen. How are we?
Yeah, ready for this one. Are they going to stick? This is the most interesting launch in terms of. Are they going to stick with the 2022 concept? They're going to stick with these no side pod
semicircle of chairs, and if you're looking at the chairs,
jelly bulk side pods, or are they going to go down the Red Bull route? Are they going to go with
the first part of the show is a bit of an
slim side pods with the big undercut?
Bit of an interview with you
or
guys.
They're going to go Ferrari.
After that,
imagine they go Ferrari side
just
pods.
recorded of the car. And
That
then all the action is down by the car after that. So
and also the livery as well.
Chat with the presenters by the
They're
car.
going to be silver.
And then you guys will follow after.
Are they going to go
when and where to stand
back to black?
So a few minutes away. Relax for a moment and I'll take you down.
20 and 21. Or silver livery,
It's
we don't
always
know.
a constant struggle, really, trying to get that model right. And were you driving in Bahrain?
Barcelona.
Barcelona, okay.
And then I did
There's Mick Schumacher as well. That's George.
I got down to like Marcus Beckett.
Mick's in the.
I saw a wall. I was like, okay, yeah, it's
Mick
probably just
is
so you don't cut, you know, and
reserve driver, not only for Mercedes but reserve driver for McLaren as well. So you never know. He might get a run out at some point. Hopefully he'll get the odd practice session here and there as well, Mick.
Yeah, that's all good for now.
If you know me, if you know the channel, you know I'm a big Mick Schumacher fan.
A couple of minutes to go. And
unfortunately, he's on the sidelines this season.
So sitting
But if you're going to be on the sidelines, you might as well be on the sidelines at Mercedes.
Followed by George.
If you're going to be on the sidelines, it's not a bad place to be, is it?
Mick, George, Lewis, and then we'll have you on the outside. Okay. So
why are you showing us like
and then when we get to the other end, we'll do the launch.
Wait,
You'll come down the runway.
Yeah.
So it'll be you and the presenters first.
Yeah.
We'll have a bit of chat with you. You can introduce Mike and Hal. So you'll leave set, they'll come on.
1 minute 45.
And then
why
drivers will come in and do the end. And then we'll just do a final part where you can do a little word to the audience and the fans on this end. So we'll kind of get you at this end to do your final little part to camera. So
backstage.
So yeah.
That's a minute and a half to the launch. Minute and a half.
Man.
Alright, so we're ready for you.
Great. Okay. Have a good one. I'll see you in a bit, yeah?
Wanna follow me?
Did he know the cameras are already rolling?
We go.
You know, if we go. How you feeling?
What are you saying then?
So
Black
far,
livery?
Yeah.
I would actually back it.
Yeah.
I would actually prefer a black livery, I think. Because I don't know why, but it seems like it would have more kind of...
around this.
Yeah.
If they go back to the black livery, it's like, boom, we're having a... It's like... It shows more like intent for some reason. They just stick with the silver, it's like, yeah, we lost last year, yeah, we'll lose again. Psychologically, go to a black livery.
You know who these shoes are?
Natalie
You know who
Pinkman
the shoes
was on
are
the ready up.
What do you mean? 1 second.
They forgot my shoes for the photo shoot,
Okay.
so I like them. They were under your
Better look.
They were under your
And the
rag. Much better.
Is he going to be the no side pods again?
But you two were like,
Are they going to stick with it? Or is
internal
it
one
time
starts
to
with the
put the aero concept in the bin and start fresh? That would have been a big decision at the back end of last year, that massive decision. Stick or twist. That would have been a massive decision. Probably around September, October last year.
Welcome to the official launch of the Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 W14 e-Performance live from the home of British Motorsport, Silverstone.
The first race of 2023 is just 18 days away, and over the next 30 minutes, we're going to be looking ahead towards the new season, discussing all the developments made during this winter, and welcoming a familiar face to the Mercedes AMG team.
Plus, of course, as mentioned, most excitingly, we're going to be casting our eyes for the first time over the brand new W14 car with insight from the incredible team that have brought it all together.
But first, I think it's time that we welcome some very important people to join us. Team Principal and CEO Toto Wolff, and your drivers for 2023, reserve driver Mick Schumacher, Grand Prix winner George Russell, and seven-time world champion Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Presenting it, he's got absolutely nothing to do with it. Probably isn't even a Formula 1 fan like McLaren. Here's the guys then.
Hello.
Mick Schumacher, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, and Team Boss Toto Wolff. Let's go.
Happy birthday! You get a cheer for George's birthday. Happy birthday. Toto, 2022 was clearly an eventful season. Some races you were fighting to get out of Q1, and others, Brazil, won too. How do you reflect on it, and what lessons have been learned?
I think when I look back, overall it was a difficult season. It was that we started with a car that was really not good, and we tried to figure out what happened, and it was difficult at times. But also managing your own emotions, because we had races that were pretty encouraging, like Barcelona, and then you go back to some tracks where the car didn't perform at all. So the learning is, I think we have a better understanding for what happened with the car. The personal learning is, you know, how to cope with the season that overall wasn't very successful, and obviously towards the end. The car got quicker, and finally George and Lewis were able to drive something that was a little bit more predictable, and we had some highlights like the one that you mentioned in Interlagos.
Absolutely. Now, Lewis, as Toto mentioned, it was an intense season to say the least. So is 2 months enough of a break? I mean, are you feeling recharged and ready to go back at it again?
I mean, you look great.
Oh, thank you. No, I think for all of us, we always miss driving.
Now, am I right?
The break initially feels too short. And then when you get towards the end of it, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go, get back into the action. So, but I definitely maximised and enjoyed it.
Excellent, good to hear.
Great to hear, yeah.
22 was obviously your debut season with the team, George. 275 points, 8 podiums, a maiden pole, maiden win. I mean, that's actually pretty good going, considering the challenges that you were up against. How do you reflect on it?
Yeah, I think if you mentioned that at the start of the year, that they would be the figures, we'd probably been pretty disappointed with that. But knowing how the season panned out, knowing the challenges we had with the car, I think we can be pretty proud of the job we did. And there were a lot of positives to take away from that season. The reliability of the car was great. The strategy on many occasions was really, really strong. And I think, like Toto said, the personal learnings we all went through, the technical learnings, you know, that's all gone into the car that's sat just across from us right now, and hopefully we've taken a step up.
We don't want Max winning 16 races.
So what does that mean for this year? What goals are you setting yourself?
You know what I mean?
Even if you're a Verstappen fan, it's as simple as that. And
do you know what I mean?
we need to go out there. We need to see what
or
the
even
challenges
Max or anybody. You don't want anybody
with,
winning 16
the team
out
has
of 22
put so much
races,
hard work into this car.
It's just
the motivation and the fire within the factory is just immense.
You know, we want 3 or 4
people don't want to
winning
repeat of what happened in 2022. So we're ready for it, and we're motivated.
Like 2010, 2012.
Well, the motivation certainly sounds very high. Now, Lewis, with you from the outside, it always seems like that desire remains the same. But I want to know, how bright is that fire inside of you right now? And maybe what keeps fueling you? I mean, you're starting your 11th season with this team.
I know, I've been here a long time.
11th season with Mercedes.
I don't know, I think it's the combined energy of
McLaren as
all the individuals in the team. I love being a part of a team that's working towards a common goal. Continue to love racing. I think that's never been a change as a part of my DNA.
6 years with McLaren.
And I just always believe that I can get better. I just always love that challenge of the mental and the physical element of it.
I think I'm right in saying Lewis has only ever had a Mercedes engine in the back of his car.
Deep dive and see how you can extract more performance from yourself, from the people around you, from the car that's constantly evolving. You know, it's not the same car every year. You know, it's always changing. There's always new tools, always a new logbook that you have to get used to, and I love that. So, planning to stay a little bit longer.
Scary thought that Lewis Hamilton gets better, right?
Yeah, well, there you go.
No,
Position anyway. Mick, great to see you. Welcome to Mercedes-AMG. The kit certainly suits you. What are you looking forward to in 23, and how much do you think these guys are going to enjoy racing this new car?
It's Mick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they'll enjoy it a lot. Obviously, I'll be a bit on the sidelines this year, but I'll do my best and do the utmost work I can do to support them. Obviously, also on track side, be present, have a look at the videos, and try and see if there's anything I can spot.
You'll be back
and yeah,
for 24,
I think for myself, I'm really here to learn, try and take as much on board for myself, and put that into work then in the future.
Great. Toto, some new talents in the team, but a new season always means a new start. So can you tell us a little bit about where the mindset of the team is right now, and if there maybe are any challenges you foresee going into it?
Yeah, first of all, a sentence about Mick. I think Mick is such a great part of the team now, because we have a driver that's actually been in the car the last couple of years, that knows the tires, that knows what the ins and outs of last year's regulation, and being able to have two eyes out there on the track looking at those cars, feed it back in, is really super valuable apart from the sim work. So I hope these guys don't have a fish poisoning, but in any case, you deserve to be in a car.
These guys don't get fish poisoning.
Avocado poisoning. Yeah, so that's great. So back to your question. What was it?
But yeah, that's it.
Where is the mindset of the team right now? And are there any maybe challenges going into it?
Or Oscar miss a race?
We've seen the car now, and we're contemplating is she fast or not? Have we cured some of the problems? What are going to be the challenges that we spot on track? And that is a big unknown. But I guess we are guys more positive. There is excitement. I think we have the tools to understand. We have the tools to grow and develop the car, and hopefully give George and Lewis something that works.
Starting here today, how excited do you still get about shakedowns like today? You still got a bit of goosebumps?
This is the most exciting part of the year. Like, just where being at the factory this past week, seeing from the tub to all these small elements coming together, come out of different parts of the factory, and you see it come together, and everything fits so beautifully, and it just... You just stand in awe of just seeing how amazing the designers are, the engineers, how much detail they go into when you look into where the engine compartment, how it all fits in perfectly, the uprights, the wing, everything. And then there's the other day I kind of freaked myself out. There's 8 billion people in the world, and there's only 20 of us that get to do this, and there's only 2 of us that get to drive for this team. So we are so privileged. Beyond measure. So this is the most exciting time for sure to see, especially with all the difficulties we had last year.
Yeah,
we're all anxious to get out there and see
what you've got.
Time to bounce back,
and also to see where everyone else is.
And they will, I think.
We see the pictures of people launching their cars, and you start to zoom in and see kind of what they've got, but we won't find out till next week exactly what everyone's got up their sleeve.
Well, only 18 days until the first race, so you don't have to wait
too
much longer.
That's soon.
It is.
Red
so exciting time for the team today, but Toto, it seems like a really exciting time for Formula One at the moment. We've got some new faces on the grid, we've got new teams wanting to join Formula One, and we've got exciting locations like Las Vegas on the grid, on the calendar this year, rather. What would you put the growth of the sport down to, and just how excited are you about that?
It's never one single component. I think we've seen some great racing competition. 2021, always the rivalry between Lewis and Max, and Netflix has played its part in the US. Certainly, we've attracted new audiences, very young, a lot of females, and I think all of that has come together. Obviously, the young drivers now also being in competitive cars. Much more social media, which was a bit prohibited in the past, and we were the first sport that raced when COVID happened. We put on a great show, and all this together has put the sport in a great spot. Nevertheless, we always need to be wary. to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely.
Talking of being wary, be wary in Vegas, penultimate race of the year. We want all the engineers to make it through that casino floor into the pit lane.
Saturday night as well.
Are you going to guarantee that?
Well, they are data people, so I don't think they will gamble.
The Vegas race, UK time.
The odds are
5 a.m.
the odds are against you, so
yep, we learned that
5 or 6 a.m. Sunday morning.
The launch, we learned that. Yes.
Learned the hard way.
Yeah, limit your spend. The odds are against you. The probability of winning is not great.
Good values for life. We've learnt a lot today, haven't we? Toto, Lewis, George, Mick, thank you very much. We'll be hearing more from you a little later. But right now, it's the time that we've all been waiting for. The reveal of the brand new Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 W14 performance.
Livery reveal. Can't be, like, you can't be. We're done with livery reveals. It's got to be the real deal, this. Oh, here we go. Is it black livery? Black livery. Am I dream? If they've gone back to black. Back to black. Amy Winehouse. Back again. Yes. It's looking good, man. I'm buzzing they've gone back to the black livery. Yes. 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 This is the one. What's the side pan saying? Oh, this is looking so... Mate, it's literally Batmobile settings. They've even got rid of the red. Oh, Batmobile settings, man. They've stuck with the concept. Mate, this is 2020 settings. It is badass, Michael. That is looking... Because they had too much red, you know, with the... Ineos, the Ineos sponsor, they had like the red rear wing, the red on the roll hoop. Mate, now it's just one stripe. That's all you think. That looks absolutely sick. You know what they're going to do as well? This is about no paint. This is about raw carbon. Mate, it's gonna. That is 5,000. That's the best livery Mercedes ever had. Just because it's simplicity. They kept the same side box. I think they have. Oh, that looks mean.
I mean, it looks
that
great.
looks
so come on, Toto,
mean.
what's your gut feeling? Is it going to be as fast as it looks beautiful?
Well, good morning.
Yo, listen.
And I'm so happy
Lewis and George are driving the Batmobile this year,
we're going to talk about it in a second.
Looks mean.
Is she going to be as fast as she looks?
Oh,
I
she's got to be fast.
But definitely there is a lot of excitement in putting the car finally on the road.
She's got to be fast. She ain't looking like that qualifying P16.
Impossible to ignore. You've gone back to black. It looks fantastic. Literally. Now, I think that's a weight-saving thing, but it's also very reminiscent of your last very successful car, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
when you look at where the story of the silver era
someone was saying this on Twitter. Imagine if Mercedes launched raw carbon with logos on it. And that's literally what they're doing.
Which is a little bit of our story last year. And they scratched off the paint, and it ended up with bare aluminium, and the car made the weight. And so we came back. We really tried to get the weight off the car in every single bit, and therefore, from the paint side, we committed in gaining the grams by leaving the car matte carbon, and history repeats itself.
Matte carbon.
Just in this case, it's a modern material, it's carbon and not aluminium. And it's black. And on top of that, you know, we knew why we had a
matte carbon
2 years ago, and it just came together.
It just
feels right, doesn't it?
Fantastic. Another thing that's wonderful is these lovely young people behind us. We've got some apprentices as well as industrial placement students from Brackley and Brixworth here today, as well as some interns from your title partner Petronas. Just how important is it for you to have these young, dynamic people working on your car?
Yeah, but you've got to look dynamic also.
Dynamic? Feeling dynamic?
You've got to fight for the championship with this.
When you come on campus today, there is so many young people, and you feel the buzz, the energy, and the motivation. And that's great, because those interns and industrial placements
we need to see like the technical image. We need to see it all zoomed in. We need to see the high resolution images.
You can see that already today in the team. There's young people coming up into leadership positions that have actually started as interns or placements, and that's fantastic.
I don't think
it really is. And how important is that continued talent development in terms of the future?
Yeah, I don't think it's exactly like it was.
An organization or a race team is never static.
Still going for the
organ. It's not
rectangle
like you can freeze it and say that's successful.
Last year it was like
forever. You need to continuously evolve, and that's something which we embrace
really
in the
jelly mold.
organization.
Now I feel like they've got a bit more of a chunky,
or even older, they need to understand that somebody else will carry the baton. It's going to run faster one day.
High-res images.
Maybe it's one of these guys.
Absolutely.
Or indeed all of them together.
Or indeed all of them, hopefully.
Excellent stuff. Thank you, Toto, as ever. Right, joining us now to
people were
discuss
joking
some
about
of the
this on
finer
Twitter,
details of the new car.
saying Mercedes would go raw carbon.
For the development of the W14, Technical Director Mike Elliott and HPP Managing Director Hal Thomas.
But it is a bit mad that they're having to take the paint off to make the weight.
Hello, gentlemen.
Welcome. Good morning. How are you?
For joining us this morning.
To do something to lighten
the teams
these
back
cars,
at Brixworth and Brackley have been working tirelessly to put this car together. And I'm like, I want to understand just how much of a challenge has it been to get to where we are today.
Oh, huge challenge. I think when you look at where we were
in a way,
last
it's good they haven't just ditched the concept, though. They've stuck with it, fair enough. We're going jelly mould side pods, and we'll die on this hill.
I think it's been amazing to sort of watch.
You know, fair play, they haven't just scrapped it and gone, yeah, Red Bull side pods all the way.
Huge amount of hours, huge amount of intellectual thought to try and get to the design that we've got.
Yes, Denver. Have you seen this Batmobile, lad?
All the fans around the world are going to ask.
Lewis and George be driving a Batmobile this season, bro. This thing's looking mean.
Oh, well, the easy answer is I hope not. I think when you look at the sort of the learning we took from last year, you look at the tools that we've put together, hopefully we've got all the right metrics in place to understand what we need to do to the car so it doesn't bounce, but fingers crossed.
They're even getting rid of the paint to save weight now. They're just running raw matte carbon fibre finish with no paint on it to save a few grams in weight.
I think
this is the level
mindset
of the
I've
scenario.
Seen and the one that we discussed has been one about
it looks evil.
Just
it is
relentless
evil,
development.
mate.
I mean, on the PU side, we've had constraints, more and more constraints as the regulations change. We've had at the start of last year a hardware freeze.
Stripped the paint off at the end of last year.
It's going to be a software performance freeze.
And gone, do you know what? This looks all right.
Performance within those constraints is so much harder.
Raw carbon fibre.
Through real innovation
and just put a blue stripe at the bottom.
Work, relentless understanding. Can you bring any performance forward?
Love it.
And so that's the mindset I see.
Fantastic. Now, I want to know, because I'm sure that it's a challenge, just how hard is it every year to not just go back to the drawing board, start all over again?
Yeah, well, this is it. They've not gone to the drawing board. They've stuck with this
I
concept.
If you look at the periods we had huge success, obviously it's easy to take the car you've got and think, well, we just
fair
build
play
on
to
that.
him. For
I
not
think
just
at times last year we were questioning ourselves and saying, you know, have we made a major mistake? Do we need to change what we're fundamentally doing? But I think we know if we go and we sort of tear it all up and start again, you know you're going to start further backwards.
We need to see the high definition
so it's about making those right decisions. And I think although we had problems with the car last year, I think there's also a lot of goodness in the car. There's also a lot of things that did work for us. I think the drivers talked earlier about reliability.
Extreme as last year.
I think you have to be careful, sort of not to sort of just throw it all away and start again.
Carry that momentum over.
I mean, that's true, isn't it? You learn more from your failures, as Toto alluded to many times this year. So you must come into this year with positivity, hope.
We need to see the pictures.
Bit of confidence.
Yeah. Twitter and have a look at this.
We know, you know, Mike and I work closely together, and you know, I've seen a lot of the development that has gone on the chassis side, and I know that these guys have worked so hard on fixing the problems that they've had. I've seen the relentless development we've been doing at Brixworth. Is it going to be enough? What have everybody else done?
Yes,
we
got
don't
to
know,
fight for the championship.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a better car than the one we had.
You can't make a car like that.
Now, Mike,
and
I understand
P16.
that, you know,
You've
got
to be in the mix looking
top
like
secret,
that.
But are there any key features of note that you can tell us about ahead of the season?
I think when you look at the cars, you look at our car, you look at some of the cars that have been released, it's all going to be in the details.
We need a bit of
a lot of the bits that you can't see, particularly
breakdown here. We need a bit of a
development. I think some of the key bits for us we've completely changed.
Oh, they're going to roll with the...
trying to help with the weight of the car, but also trying to help with some of the handling. You'll see there's quite significant changes in the bodywork.
They're going to roll
the
with...
core DNA is still the same, but there's quite significant changes in the bodywork. We've
the yellow 44 on the back, the number's going to be like that on the back.
How can we improve what we've done? We looked at problems we had
Lewis is going to have the yellow 44 on the back. George will probably have the blue
guarantees best
63.
We don't have those problems this year, so it's all in the details.
Yeah, mate.
And your hard work.
Definitely. It sounds like a lot of hard work.
Yeah. It's even better with the number on it. Mate, it is evil.
Okay, I think
it's even better with the number on it.
Back on stage for a closer look. Lewis, George, Vic, please join us.
This is looking 10. Wait, where's some of these With the side pods, it's the same concept, but it's just not as extreme as it was.
It looks great. It looks great.
Looks great in back.
It does look
great,
doesn't
it?
Yeah.
Now, you guys have obviously had a taste of this car
in
the simulator, but Lewis, in a little bit,
they've
you're
stuck
going to
with
jump
the
in the car for
same
the first time
side
for real.
pod concept, but it's just not as extreme as it was.
Yeah, we're all excited to get back in. I mean, it's been a minute since we've obviously from the season. We've done a lot of work in the simulator. We got to drive the old car.
Yes, Farah.
We've seen this in the works for some time now, and I remember before Christmas seeing it in the wind tunnel. And you hear about all the changes we've made, and you're just hoping that the characteristics of what we've been asking for the past 12 months. So yeah, I'm really, really excited, and I know everyone back at the factory has worked so hard to make this beautiful creation. So this is the most exciting time of the year when you get in for the first time, you drive out the pit lane, and you get that sense. Okay, you've got the power, you've got the feeling, the mechanical balance, the aero working. That's what we're excited to see.
So, George, how do you approach a day like today? With caution?
Nah,
I mean,
full excitement.
You're going to be competitive with each other, I'm sure.
Well,
that's just in your DNA. Big birthday blowout?
Won't be like the Ferrari launch, though.
I'm just really excited to drive the car for the first time. I think, as Lewis said, you see it in so many different regards. You see it first on computer screens, the front wing,
it looks
the rear
even
wing,
better on
every
the
single
pictures that
tiny
people put on Twitter
element,
as well.
and then you see it come to life. We drive it in the simulator. And it's just such a proud moment when you see it. I mean, we both jumped in the car a couple of days ago to do the seat fit. And around the race bays, everybody's coming in to see the work that they have put into this masterpiece. So I'm just going to go out there today, just make sure the car's working properly and try and set ourselves up for the test next week, because ultimately that's where we're going to find out how the car's truly performing.
Winter testing.
Can't wait to see what's
only
happen.
3 days of it this year. 23rd, 24th, 25th
You've also seen, just the amount of hard
I'll try and do
work
some streams
that
about
goes
winter
into
testing,
making a car like this. So
maybe like
tell me, how much of an appreciation have you developed
who's looking
for your
quick, who's not?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously amazing. I mean, we're coming into I mean, one of the biggest teams.
And then first race,
all the hard work
of 4th and 5th of March.
I recently just joined,
less than 3 weeks,
but to
2.5 weeks.
The work that has gone into it, and everybody working very hard to put it together. To now finally see it, and
I've got an F1 version.
Get to drive on
F1 tracks
at some point.
That's where Denver might be going.
Yeah, just
Marina
really
Bay, lad.
Well, if hard work does translate to results, then you're in for a great year. Thank you very much indeed, Lewis, George, Mick. Great to see you as ever.
Impressive.
Good luck today.
We've had a lot of launches that have been disappointing.
Now,
the
as
Ferrari
mentioned,
one
George and
yesterday
Lewis will be taking this car
mega,
around the track a little bit later, and you'll be able to follow all of that action across the Mercedes AMG social media channels.
Ferrari and Mercedes
finally,
coming out.
Toto, over to you for your closing thoughts for the team.
Coming
and of course,
out,
all your
attacking
fans
Red Bull.
watching around the
Red
world.
Bull's the only car we've not seen now.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Naomi. It's great that we're finally ready to go.
The only car
She's here. She looks great. And hopefully when we do the shakedown in an hour's
the Red Bull
time,
they revealed last
the car
year's
is also going to behave
Cloak and Dagger
and be quick. So I hope you enjoyed the launch this morning. We're really happy that we could show you the real thing. And now keep your fingers crossed that the day goes well. And see you soon.
See you soon, bro. Yeah, look at it. Look at it. Raw carbon finish on it. Look at me. Yeah, what's with their access? How can they get access like that? How you gonna pay for that kind of access? Right. Buzzing. That's it. That's a Mercedes F1 W14. Will it win Lewis Hamilton an 8th world title? Will George Russell win his first world championship? They've got to challenge Red Bull. That's what this is all about this season. They've got to bounce back from a poor season last year. Was it just a blip? Are they going to be back to winning ways this season? We'll find out soon enough. Yeah, winter testing 23rd, 24th, 25th of this month. So in about 10 days, in about 8 to 10 days, winter testing. And then we get into the first race in about 2.5 weeks. Buzzing. That's pretty much it for the launches. There is the Alpine launch tomorrow, but that's already been leaked and I'll be at work anyway, so we won't be doing the Alpine launch. We've seen that anyway. If you're into F1, you've seen the Alpine. Yes, we've basically seen all the cars now, apart from the Red Bull, which they're on Cloak and Dagger mode. They ain't showing nothing. Red Bull, we'll see a day one, winter testing, morning 1, 9 AM, garage lifts up, we see the Red Bull. They ain't going to do any kind of launch for that. They launched last year's car on their launch, which is a bit of a scam. But yeah, that's it. We've seen the Mercedes, we've seen the Ferrari yesterday. Bring on the 2023 season, absolutely buzzing. Hope we get many more race winners, and it's not just Max winning 17 races in a row. I hope this guy wins a few, Lewis wins a few, Charles wins a few, Sainz wins a few, Fernando wins a few, you know what I mean, let's go. But yeah, that's it. That's all for now. Next stream, I'll probably do a prediction stream actually. In a few days, that'll be the next stream. I'll do F1 2023 like predictions or something like that before the testing, because if I do it after the testing, it's like a cheat code. So yeah, before winter testing, we'll do predictions, and then we get into the watch-alongs, get back into the season. But yeah, cheers guys, and I'll see you for predictions now that we've seen all the cars, apart from the Red Bull, but we know it's going to be quick anyway. See you in a bit. Hi and bye, Ryan Tune. Ryan Tune, you may have arrived slightly late, my friend. You may have missed it. You may have to scroll back, my friend. But yeah, see you in a bit.